Okay, so the guys have just unloaded the truck after Darwin. We've got 6 days before we've got to pack up again for Townsville. So we're only 3 hours into it. The engine's already out of Garry's car here. The front suspension's long gone, and you'd be surprised how much work goes on in a 6-day turnaround. Okay, so post-event, each car gets a worksheet which details all the components they've got to get serviced. So we're looking at Garry's car. So post-Darwin, you've got the clutch that's got to be serviced, the tail shaft will get changed because it's over mileage. We've got the rear suspension will go back and get serviced, and then all the suspension arms will go through the crack testing. Because we're going into Townsville, it's a bumpy track, we've got to make sure there's no little microscopic cracks in any of the arms before we get there. All the panels, obviously there's a fair bit of damage from the bumpium grinding over the weekend, so most of the panels will come off and either just get touched up or get replaced leading into Townsville.
Hi, I'm Tom Inkster, Garry's number 1. We've had the cars back for a couple of days now from Darwin, and we've stripped them down. There's not much left. We've got no front suspension, no engine, not much panel work left either. There's pretty much bare bones as they get. We've got 4.5 days, so waiting on a couple of things, engine, front suspension, and then we're good to go. We've got this tow link off Garry Jacobson's car after Darwin, and we're just going to crack test it in our crack testing machine, where we're going to put a special fluid over it and magnify it, and it will show up in the ultraviolet light if there's any cracks or stretch marks or anything in it. So let's do that. All crack tested up, it's brand new, no cracks, no stretch marks, so we can put this back on the car, ready for Townsville.
Hi, my name's Winnow. I maintain the springs and dampers here at Kelly Racing. This is a rear damper out of Garry's car from the Darwin weekend. As you can see, it's quite dirty, got a lot of rubber over it, and I'm about to make sure it's good to go for Townsville in a couple of weeks. So first of all, we remove the spring from the damper. And then we just give it a good blow off and clean to get rid of all the rubber and dirt that it's collected over the race weekend. So now it's all clean, we put the damper onto the shock dyno to make sure the bump and rebound characteristics are where it's meant to be. So this works the shock up and down through its range of speeds and forces. This calculates the force and sends it over to the computer, which converts it into a graph for us, and then we make sure that it matches the master curve. If it's outside of that range, then we open the shock up and look into it further. If it matches it up, we give it the tick of approval and it goes on to Townsville. So I've just run this one on the dyno, it's set down all okay, and this one will be back on Garry's car for Townsville.
Hey there guys and girls, currently 2 days and 7 hours till we pack all the cars and the trailers heading to Townsville for the next event. 3 degrees this morning, so it's quite chilly here, looking forward to the warmer weather ahead. For me, my preparation yesterday was a bit of a debrief about Darwin, about what I need to do better, and going towards Townsville we're going to be using curbs, a lot of high braking pressure areas there as well, and I want to feel a little bit more comfortable in the car. So if you come and have a close look, we've actually added a little bit more of a seat paw adjustment for where my lower back's going to be. It's not really heating up too quick because it's so cold, so we've actually got a heater inside the car making the foam a little bit harder and more dense, but still plenty of work to go. We haven't got the engines in yet. The guys are working flat out to make sure that we get all the horsepower we need, and yeah, everyone's busy, everyone's hungry, everyone's doing better, we feel, in terms of car 3, and looking to get a better result going to Townsville. See you there.
We've just got the engine back from the engine shop. They've given it a freshen up. We've got the clutch back from sub-assembly. They've re-shimmed it. Ed's come and done the drop gears in the gearbox. And we've got 2.5 days to put it all back together.
At the moment we're just installing the front anti-roll bar, just about finished up. Then we'll be putting in the tail shaft and the exhaust system, and then starting to get ready with setup and jigging up our front bumpers and rear wing and stuff like that, and get ready for the setup day tomorrow.
Okay, so 6 days ago the car was sprayed in 100 pieces all across the ground. It's all been put back together, all the suspension's back in, the engine's back in, all the panels are back on, and the final step of the process now is what the guys are undertaking. So they're on the setup patch. They've been given a setup sheet by the engineer of this car. It details all the settings on the car. So after a few more hours on the setup patch, we'll be ready to go for Townsville, and the car will roll out of the truck ready to go for practice 1.